Most people think the rich have some unfair advantage, a secret investment, a hidden trick, or just better luck. But what really separates them isn't loud, it's not even visible. It's the quiet tools they use every day, in how they think, plan, and move. Tools that you've probably never heard about, not because they're illegal or unethical, but because they're boring. They don't trend, they don't flash, and yet, they silently build empires. While most people chase motivation, the wealthy build systems. While others react to chaos, they respond with structure. And while you're told to hustle harder, they're creating frameworks that remove friction from success entirely. That's the real difference. It's not just about how much money they make. It's about how they make decisions, how they protect their time, and how they turn habits into machines. In this video, we're going to reveal 15 of those tools, the silent ones. The ones that make the rich richer and quietly keep everyone else stuck. If you've ever wondered why some people keep accelerating while others spin their wheels, this is your answer. Let's lift the curtain. 1. Mental models. Rich people don't just make decisions. They use invisible tools to make better ones. One of the most powerful is a mental model, a structured way of thinking that helps them simplify complexity, predict outcomes, and reduce risk. While most people rely on gut feelings or habits, the wealthy apply mental models like second-order thinking, asking what happens next, inversion, thinking backward from failure, or probabilistic reasoning, judging risk like a chess player. These aren't skills taught in school. They're learned through books, mentors, and repetition. A rich person faced with a tough decision doesn't panic. They filter it through their mental framework. It's quiet, internal, and deliberate. These models become reflexes, turning chaos into clarity. And over time, they stack, one model supporting another, creating a mind that functions like a decision engine. This isn't intelligence in the traditional sense. It's architecture. And it's a major reason why the rich seem calm in storms, while others collapse under uncertainty. 2. Information filters. The rich don't just consume information, they curate it. In a world overloaded with content, attention is the most valuable currency. Most people allow every notification, headline, trend, and voice to flood their brain. But wealthy individuals build filters. They ask, does this align with my goals? Will it compound over time? Does it drain or sharpen me? If the answer is no, it's cut. They follow thinkers, not influencers. They read data, not drama. Their phones are tools, not distractions. They're not smarter because they know more. They're smarter because they ignore more. This filtering process becomes second nature. Over time, their minds become high-performance environments where only high-value inputs are allowed. And those inputs shape everything they do, their decisions, their mood, their long-term direction. You may not notice this filter from the outside, but it's the silent reason why the rich often seem composed, strategic, and 10 steps ahead. What fills your mind eventually fills your life. 3. Opportunity cost. Thinking. Most people think in dollars. Rich people think in trade-offs. That's opportunity cost. The quiet tool that influences every move they make. When you buy something, it's not just about the money you spend, but also what you can't do with that money anymore. That logic extends beyond finances. Time spent on low-impact tasks is time lost on strategic thinking. Saying yes to a small win might mean saying no to a breakthrough. Wealthy individuals view every choice as a fork in the road. One path compounds, the other distracts. They aren't afraid to say no, not because they're rigid, but because they understand the hidden cost of misaligned yeses. This mental framework protects their time, energy, and focus from being diluted. Most people never see the opportunity cost. They only see the price tag. But the rich? They're calculating the unseen losses with every move they make. And that awareness is what makes their growth unstoppable. 4. Standard operating procedures, SOPs. What looks like discipline to others is often just a system in disguise. Rich people don't reinvent their routines every day. They build standard operating procedures, or SOPs. These are step-by-step systems that turn recurring actions into automatic flows. Whether it's managing cash flow, responding to emails, or making investment decisions, they follow structured paths, not improvisation. This reduces decision fatigue, increases consistency, and saves mental energy for high-leverage moves. While most people spend time thinking how to do something, the wealthy already have the playbook. SOPs might seem corporate, but in private wealth, they're golden. They create repeatability, clarity, and scale. And the best part? Once you write one, you free your brain forever from that task. It's like cloning your best self. From personal finance to business operations, these silent systems allow the rich to move faster, not by working harder, but by never starting from zero. Most people wing it. The rich document and dominate. 5. Decision journals. The wealthy know that decision-making is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with feedback. That's why many use a quiet but powerful tool, the decision journal. Before making a major choice, they write down their reasoning, emotions, and expectations. Months later, they return to it and ask, was I right? Where did I misjudge? Over time, this practice reveals hidden patterns, emotional biases, flawed logic, or missed variables. Most people forget why they chose something. The rich analyze it. This tool turns instinct into insight and builds mental clarity like a mirror for the mind. It's not just about being right, it's about becoming better. Each journal entry becomes a data point for future wisdom, and that self-auditing habit compounds. The average person keeps repeating bad choices. The rich make better ones every year because they treat every decision like an investment. Tracked, reviewed, improved. That's how you refine judgment over time. 6. Time blocking plus calendar. Mastery, to most people, a calendar is just a reminder. To the rich, it's a battlefield, where priorities either live or die. Time blocking isn't a trendy productivity hack for them. It's a way of protecting their most valuable asset. Their days aren't ruled by to-do lists or notifications, they're architected. Mornings are blocked for strategy, afternoons for execution, evenings for recovery. Calls and meetings are gated. Thinking time is sacred. Deep work has its own reserved territory. This quiet structure creates freedom. Ironically, the more control they impose on their time, the more optionality they create. Most people let their day attack them. The wealthy attack their day before it begins. Time isn't money. It's the thing you leverage to multiply money. And they treat every block on their calendar with the seriousness others reserve for bank accounts. Because in the long run, how you use your time becomes the story of your wealth. 7. Private networks. There are conversations happening right now that could change your life, and you're not in the room. That's the quiet power of private networks. Wealthy people operate within circles of influence where opportunities are shared before they're public. Deals happen over dinner. Strategies are whispered, not posted. These networks are built on trust, not visibility. They're filled with advisors, operators, investors, and gatekeepers who move markets before headlines catch up. You can't buy your way into them. You earn your place through value and reputation. And once you're in, the acceleration is exponential. A single introduction might 10x your capital. One phone call might shortcut 5 years of trial and error. While most people rely on public information, the rich rely on proximity. You won't see these networks on LinkedIn, but they exist. Quiet, potent, and extremely exclusive. And they often determine not just how fast someone gets rich, but if they ever do at all. 8. Exclusive reports and dashboards. While the average person gets their news from TV or trending posts, the wealthy pay for precision. They subscribe to exclusive financial reports, macroeconomic dashboards, and private market briefings. These aren't optional. They're strategic. Inside these documents are signals no one else sees, patterns before they go public, risks before they explode, trends before they trend. The rich don't guess, they anticipate, and they do that by studying quality information that most people don't even know exists. These dashboards are tailored, visual, and actionable. While others are reacting to chaos, the wealthy are calmly adjusting based on real-time data. This tool gives them first-mover advantage. They're not late to the opportunity, they're shaping it. And they don't chase hype. They analyze fundamentals. That edge compounds. Over months and years, it's the reason they exit before crashes, enter before booms, and move while others watch. This isn't about luck. It's about having better inputs. 9. Mentorship stacking. The rich don't rely on random advice. They curate it like assets. Mentorship stacking is the silent strategy of building a personal board of directors. One mentor helps with money, another with mindset, a third with legacy, health, or influence. Each one serves a role, not a title. This isn't hero worship. It's targeted wisdom acquisition. The wealthy choose mentors with precision. They look for results, not just reputation. And they don't wait for these people to appear. They seek them, invest in them, and learn from them repeatedly. Over time, this layered wisdom compounds faster than experience alone ever could. Most people hope to find one good mentor. The rich design an ecosystem of them. And the result? They make fewer mistakes, move faster, and think through frameworks they didn't have to invent. Mentorship isn't luck, it's leverage. And the more stacked it is, the clearer and more resilient your path becomes. 10. Capital allocation. Tools making money is step 1. Allocating it well is where the game changes. Rich people use advanced capital allocation tools to track, balance, and maximize every dollar. From detailed spreadsheets to dedicated software platforms, they model the ROI of every opportunity. Real estate versus stocks? Business reinvestment versus passive income? Every option is mapped and stress-tested. This isn't emotional, it's surgical. While others just save or invest when they can, the wealthy have dashboards that show where each dollar works hardest. They simulate risk, forecast upside, and rebalance constantly. These tools eliminate guesswork. They expose hidden inefficiencies. And they help protect against blind spots like overexposure or lifestyle creep. Most importantly, they remind the user, capital is fuel, and fuel needs direction. Without these tools, money leaks. With them, it scales. Quietly, consistently, and intentionally. That's the difference between accumulation and acceleration. And the rich never leave it to chance. 11. Outsourcing platforms. The rich understand a simple truth. If you're doing everything, you're slowing everything down. That's why they use outsourcing platforms, not to be lazy, but to stay focused. Whether it's administrative tasks, design work, personal scheduling, or even grocery logistics, they delegate low-leverage activities without guilt. Websites like Upwork, Fiverr, or specialized VA agencies are their quiet weapons. They value time too much to trade it for tasks that someone else can do better, faster, or cheaper. This tool isn't about exploitation, it's about optimization. While most people hoard tasks out of fear or pride, the rich offload them to buy back bandwidth. And that extra mental space, it fuels big ideas, deep thinking, and better decisions. Over time, those tiny shifts, a few minutes saved here, an hour saved there, accumulate into months of extra creative output. The average person avoids delegation. The wealthy engineer it into their lifestyle. 12. Tax optimization. Structures, taxes are the single largest expense in most people's lives, and yet they rarely think strategically about them. The rich do. Quietly and legally, they use tax optimization structures like holding companies, trusts, LLCs, and international entities to reduce liability, preserve capital, and grow more efficiently. This isn't loophole hunting. It's strategic architecture. They think in decades, not just deductions. By moving income through smarter vehicles, they shift the rules in their favor. Most people react during tax season. The wealthy design their life around the tax code. This tool is invisible to the public but essential to legacy building. It's why someone earning $10 million may pay less tax than someone earning $200K. And it's not because they're evil, it's because they plan. They use lawyers, CPAs, and estate experts like chess pieces. The result? More wealth kept, more reinvested, and more power to shape their own outcomes. 13. Delayed gratification. Frameworks discipline isn't just a character trait. For the rich, it's a system. They build internal frameworks that prioritize long-term wins over short-term pleasure. These aren't vague intentions like save more or delay shopping. They're rules. No major purchases without a 30-day pause. No new investments without second review. No lifestyle upgrade without offsetting revenue. These frameworks protect them from emotional decisions that sabotage compounding. While others celebrate immediate rewards, the rich understand momentum is fragile. Every impulsive choice can undo weeks of discipline, so they automate patience. They embed delay into their process. Over time, this creates a financial rhythm that feels stable, not stressful. It also builds identity. I'm the kind of person who waits for better. That mindset alone separates the truly wealthy from the temporarily rich, because in the end, wealth is more often lost by speed than built by it. 14. Second brain systems. The wealthy don't store everything in their heads. They build second brains. Using tools like Notion, Obsidian, or Roam Research, they create structured digital systems to capture, connect, and recall information instantly. Notes from mentors, investment theses, business ideas, lessons from books, all organized, searchable, and alive. This isn't a to-do list. It's an intellectual compounder. While others forget what they read or lose insight in random notebooks, the rich design knowledge systems that grow smarter over time. They don't just consume, they process. And because they process, they can reuse. That means faster decisions, better recall, and creative connections no one else sees. A second brain isn't about being tech-savvy. It's about building a competitive advantage through clarity. The richer the brain, the less friction in execution. And when ideas are instantly accessible, action becomes inevitable. 15. Compounding habits. Tracker small actions done consistently become exponential. That's the core philosophy behind a compounding habits tracker, one of the most underrated tools the wealthy use. It's not fancy. Often it's just a spreadsheet or an app. But it holds them accountable to the things that actually move the needle: reading 10 pages, reviewing goals, training, investing weekly, writing, reflecting. These micro habits are easy to skip. No one notices if you miss one day. But the rich track them religiously because they understand this. The invisible things are what build visible wealth. Most people chase intensity. The wealthy obsess over consistency. Tracking habits turns vague intention into measurable progress. And when that tracker shows momentum, motivation follows. This tool requires no money, just awareness. But it separates those who hope to improve from those who actually do. Now you've seen the blueprint. These 15 tools aren't magic. They're not locked behind $1 million paywall, but they are silent. And that's why most people miss them. The wealthy don't leave success to chance. They design it. They structure it. They repeat it until it compounds. Quietly, strategically, daily. So ask yourself, which of these tools are you already using? Which ones are you ignoring? And which one will you start applying today? Because the difference between stuck and successful isn't intelligence, it's system. Subscribe if you're serious about building real wealth. Not hype, not hustle, but lasting freedom. Drop a comment below. Which tool hit you hardest? Let's talk about it. This isn't about envy, it's about awareness. And now that you see what the rich use, you can start using it too.